Buying a camera is one of the most talked about aspects of beginner content creation. There's one camera I stumbled on years ago that I've been obsessed with ever since. This is the Panasonic VX981. This video is not going to be a technical breakdown of specs or controls. This video is all about sample footage. Because to me, when it comes to shopping for a camera, the most important thing to look for is raw footage results. But not only that, what's important to me is how fun is the camera to use. And the VX981 is so fun to shoot with. This is the camera that I shoot pretty much all of my YouTube videos on, with the exception of like a few here and there. Most of the time, I switch it to Intelligent Auto Plus and I just go for it. Intelligent Auto is a full auto mode, which will automatically adjust your white balance, color, ISO, and shutter speed, as well as your focus too. The closest thing to manual focus you can do in Intelligent Auto is touch tracking. Intelligent Auto Plus really truly shines outdoors. Under natural light, this camera is an absolute gem in full auto settings, including focus, when it comes to non-human subjects. More on that later. On top of all of that, the camera's built-in microphone has excellent usable sound quality. It's good, it is damn good. There's also a zoom mic feature which basically tries to emulate the effect of narrowing in on a sound as you zoom the camera. I personally don't use it, I just don't find it that helpful. I always record my main audio, like dialogue tracks, separate, and then I use the ambience from the onboard microphone of the camera. The vibes you get from a camcorder is just unmatched by any mirrorless camera you can find. Straight out of the camera, the footage from this looks gorgeous every single time. It's really hard to mess up. Right now, I am using scene mode. I'm using the portrait preset, which attempts to blur the background and keep your subject in focus, but here's the thing. Let's talk about autofocus. I'm doing most of this video with manual focus, but let me switch it back to Intelligent Auto Plus. Oh god. Get ready to experience the top shelf certified A+ patented the Panasonic autofocus experience. Yep. Which will ensure that your background is nice and crisp and clear while you, the subject, are blurry. Very, very annoying thing about this camera, especially in Intelligent Auto Plus mode, the autofocus absolutely is terrible when it is handheld. It typically can't focus on me and it wants to focus on whatever bullshit is behind me. I see you, Panasonic. There's a little orange square around my face, but I'm not in focus. I can tell. Now I'm in focus, but at arm's length, this camera really just, it has such a hard time grabbing my face. Thank you, Panasonic. There's Intelligent Auto and there's Intelligent Auto Plus. The difference between them are not much. Intelligent Auto Plus is like a little bit more aggressive in its color correction, and it's about it. The form factor, how light it is, the fact that you can just flip open the screen, hit record, and go without touching any controls is just such a blast. Odds are it's probably a little bit better. This time you get a... and then there goes the color. Yeah, so see, this is sort of the problem with this camera, is a lot of the auto colors and stuff are just... they're just off. do everything yourself. Manual focus, manual shutter, manual iris, everything. Just do it all yourself and you will get a very consistent and reliable image. Imagine that. And that, I think, is like the major shortcoming of this camera, is the fact that the full auto settings are just like, they're just really finicky. They're very inconsistent and they usually will not give you the color that you want, at least indoors like this. Whenever I am outdoors, Intelligent Auto Plus is just, it's brilliant. It's perfect. It looks amazing. You can, in fact, get blurry backgrounds with this camera very easily, actually, especially whenever you are outdoors in Intelligent Auto Plus and you are zooming way in. You can get some just really beautiful nature shots with this, and that's one of my favorite things about this camera, is bringing it with me wherever I go and just recording the beauty of my surroundings. It's just fun. I'm able to get some pretty gorgeous work done with this camera. It records 4K 30p and 4K 24p at 72 megabits per second, and then there is 1080, 24, 30, and 60p at 50 megabits per second. That 60 frames per second is nice and buttery smooth, and on top of all that, there's also a slow motion mode in case you want to use that. It's pretty cool. It has an interesting control scheme. It basically switches the camera to 1080 60p, and whenever you hold down the slow button, it will switch to an even higher frame rate than that, allowing you to even further slow down the footage whenever you are editing. So, I mean, that's really cool. It's a really cool feature that's a lot of fun to play around with. Low light performance on this camera is this. So, it is what it is. In order to get a good clear image, you are going to need a ton of light. Aspiring ghost hunters out there, this is not going to be a good camcorder for you. Stabilization is another thing that always impresses me about this camera. Even at max zoom, you're still able to get extremely stable handheld footage. So, who is this camera for? Well, it's for me. This was my first YouTube camera. I basically launched this channel with this thing, and honestly, I can't think of a better camera to start out with. If you are a beginner to creating content, you are not used to handling a camera, this and most other camcorders are so highly underrated and underutilized in the YouTube landscape. I am not a camera guy. I'm a guy who uses cameras. For me, what matters the most is ease of use, responsiveness, run and gun shooting, form factor, good build quality, and most of all, fun factor. I want to have fun doing what I'm doing. What's the point of doing any of this if I'm not enjoying myself? When I'm holding a mirrorless camera, this whole thing just becomes a job. I find myself stressed, being a perfectionist, but with a camcorder, I enjoy every second of recording. Don't overthink it. Don't hunt for the perfect camera. Don't try to match everyone else's aesthetic. Pick something that will allow you to have fun and start creating.